Okay, I'm bored. Tell me something weird you did as a kid that you now realize wasn't normal. I'll start.
Get a dictionary.
Okay, so for the past few months, a lot of people, well, no, I'm lying. For the past few years, a lot of people wanted me to do funny detention slips. And I said this before, not a lot of kids are getting in trouble anymore. I don't even know if school is even in session anymore because I have not been submitted a detention slip in the longest, but I got something for you. I was on TikTok the other day and I saw this video saying, I'm bored, tell me something weird you did as a kid that you now realize wasn't normal. I see that it has almost 40,000 comments and almost 1 million likes. So I had to hop in and see what the conversation is all about. But before we do, I have to tell y'all the weirdest thing I did that I thought was normal. One, my parents told me this, all right? I would always roam the streets naked in our neighborhood, all right? We lived on base, so it was a very like clean cut, close proximity. But nevertheless, I would roam the neighborhood naked, literally reach up, turn the doorknob. It had to be at night. I don't know why, but I would turn the doorknob and leave. I don't even know if I would close it. But my dad told me our neighbor would always lift me up like the hands of Jesus and take me to the door of my parents' house and say, your son escaped again. And the other thing is, I don't know if it's normal or not. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I would fall asleep on purpose so my dad would carry me in the house. And on top of that, I would fall asleep, I was gonna say naked. Why do I wanna fall asleep naked? I would fall asleep watching TV in the living room and I will wake up in my bedroom, all right? And I'm sure it's because my dad or my big brother would carry me from there. Either they felt bad for me or they needed space to watch the TV their damn selves. All right, so let's get on to these comments, all right? Maladaptive daydreaming, which I still do as an adult. It started because of trauma. What is maladaptive daydreaming? Experience limerence. Oh my gosh, are these like 50-year-old professors? I don't know half of these terms. Apparently making up scenarios in your head to help you sleep isn't normal. Is this a type of maladaptive daydreaming? I do it to distract myself from falling asleep, so I do fall asleep. You know what? Hey Siri, what is maladaptive daydreaming? Maladaptive daydreaming, also called excessive daydreaming, is when an individual experiences excessive daydreaming that interferes with daily life. So daydreaming, why y'all had to add that extra term? Closing my eyes in the car to see if I could work out where we were based on the movement of the car. I still do that today. And no, I'm not driving dum-dum. It's just that I always wake up as soon as we turn in my neighborhood. I don't know what it is. I would pray every night for everyone's safety, and if I said a specific person, I had to pray individually for everyone, and if I left out someone or forgot someone, something bad would happen to them. Practice not breathing in case I had to act dead. I do that today! We are alive! I refused to look down at my body while I was showering just in case my classmates figured out a way to spy on me through my own eyes. What? Rotate toys and stuffed animals because I didn't want to hurt their feelings. I'd pretend I was dead and floating in our pool to see if anyone would save me. No one ever did. I still do that. I still do that at the pool. I still do that on the beach. Hypersexual and maladaptive daydreaming. Okay. They call it maladaptive daydreaming, but I call it just being myself 24/7. Yeah, because I'll be daydreaming my own damn self, even when I'm driving. Allegedly. Talking to myself, I still do that every day and everywhere. I would kiss my teddy bears goodnight, and if I accidentally kissed one twice, I'd have to kiss them all again so they didn't feel left out. I think I'm the only one that didn't have a stuffed teddy bear growing up. I don't even remember a security blanket. Was I a normal kid? I'm beginning to think I wasn't. I would practice breathing as quietly as I could in case I had to hide for my life. I would practice talking with the tape on in case someone kidnapped me. That's the easiest thing to do. I don't know why the movies make it look so difficult. You can literally talk through tape. That's all you have to do. And another thing, you know you ever acted dead in your living room? Okay, I have. And what is that called when you're like, not maladaptive daydreaming, but what is that called when you're going through scenarios in your head? Lucid dreaming? So the TV was on and y'all, I kid y'all not, I was sleeping head literally in the couch. So the back of my head is exposed to the TV. I'm hearing two guys, you know, talk. And I'm sorry, how did they get in my house? My eyes went from this, now I'm in the couch, went from this to this. I said, oh shit. I think if they shut the fuck up for 1 second, or if the TV was on mute, remember, I didn't know it was the TV. But I realized if they would have shut the fuck up, they would have heard my eyes just go left to right like Felix the cat. But I'm telling y'all the truth, I thought it was my last day on earth, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna have to take it like a man, cause I can't do shit. There's 2 of them. But to come to find out, I counted to 3 in my head, and I said, 1, 2, here we go. Y'all, it was the damn TV. After my parents said goodnight to me, I would cry if I moved the blankets because I felt guilty for messing up the blankets they tucked me in with. I had a notebook where I kept a list of people who were mean to me. I called it my revenge planner. It had glitter stickers, yeah. Decoy, like let's fool the audience because y'all not gonna believe this is my personal hit list. Alice in Wonderland syndrome, sometimes I get it now. Also, astral projection, thought everyone could do it. I literally could do it. I just did that last night. Y'all, I'll be flying in my dreams like no other. I would eat cereal in pairs so no piece would go down alone. Every time I would dunk cookies into milk, I would wait till it stops bubbling and pretend it's someone I hated drowning. Yeah, I was not normal. Yeah, you know what? It's good that you realize that while you're typing it. I used to think the people on TV actually lived inside the TV. So I would leave snacks behind the TV for them. Ants! That's all I'm thinking about, ants and roaches. All of these comments have made me feel so much better. I thought I was just weird. I would be convinced that there's been hidden cameras in the room and that people I knew or celebrities would be watching me, so I had to act a certain way to not be embarrassed. I had to sleep with every stuffed animal or I thought one would be sad. I used to think everything had feelings. For example, I felt bad for my bookshelf because I thought it was tired from staying upright 24/7, and so I turned it onto the ground so it could rest. I thought I controlled the clouds. I stared at a Barber doll saying to, I know you're alive, please move so I can make sure. I won't tell anybody. For so long, believing it would move. Acting out an imaginary television series in my head. From time to time, depending on my mood, if there's like a scary trailer, you know how they do with the production, with the music and the tunes and all that stuff. You know how many times I ran across this space right here, from that door to that door, because I'm feeling chased and I have to make the most dramatic experience I can to get this role. Was obsessed with the Spy Kids and generally thought I was an undercover spy. Plan escape routes to take in case someone broke into my house. Not gonna lie, I still do. I should have done that shit when I was literally face down, ass up in my couch. I would watch movies to fall asleep, and when the copyright warnings would pop up, I would close my eyes because I was convinced I'd go to jail if I did it. I would pretend that my crush always saw me, like there was a camera following me everywhere, and I would imagine what he would think. It would consume my every waking moment. I'm sorry. Yo, I think the whole world is crazy. Tell me, what's something weird you did as a kid that you now realize wasn't normal? All right, I'm reading the comments. All right, I'll see y'all later.